We're going to welcome Dr.Daniel Moses. And Dr. Daniel Moses is the CEO of Property Wealth Corporation, PwC, a dynamic entity rooted in the ethos of fostering property wealth and investment opportunities. The catalyzing prosperity, evolving from a simple concept of leveraging property for wealth creation, PwC has emerged as a brilliant organization offering a spectrum of investment avenues, specialized streaming and bespoke property solutions to industry stakeholders. Our core competencies span through property management, development education, business ventures, investments, acquisitions, and collaborative partnerships. The property wealth ecosystem under stewardship of Dr. Daniel comprises several distinct ventures, each engineered to empower individuals within this domain. Property wealth education, a pioneering platform facilitating countless individuals in embarking on the property journey, empowering innovative strategies to build formidable portfolios, property wealth estates. This upscale property management brand creates sophisticated co-living experiences in the contemporary luxury setting, catering to design professionals seeking refined living space. We could say more about Dr. Daniel Moses, but let me cut it short. He is going to come here on stage and then deliver his speech. Welcome, sir, Dr. Daniel Moses. This is your time.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on all existing protocols. As rightly introduced, my name is Dr. Daniel Moses, and 20 years ago I embarked on a journey immigrating to the shores of Europe, specifically the United Kingdom, where I have been resident and have established myself, my business, family-wise in the UK. A little bit of a background before actually going in depth into the topic of today, which is public-private partnership. And I would love to come from the angle of being an entrepreneur rather than just speaking from the government perspective, and as well as how can entrepreneurs collaborate with entrepreneurs who are the actual enablers and developers to grow the Africa that we all love to see. As I mentioned earlier, 20 years ago, I left the shores of Nigeria after studying sociology and anthropology from the great University of Benin, Edo State. Leaving the shores of Nigeria, as many of you probably in the room who have ever dared to relocate from your home country to a foreign land, especially for someone like myself, who had no mother, no brother, no sister, no auntie, no uncle, no family relative at all, and 20 years later built a business that is deemed to be a multi-million pounds real estate in London. The stories of an immigrant is usually an easy one, especially when you're from the great country as such as Nigeria, which has its own much needed credibilities. But however, the credibility seems to be the one that has been bastardized by a very minute few of the actual population of the great country, Nigeria. first thing, as an international businessman, when you say you're Nigerian, people look at you and look at you really well and say, should I do business? Or you just one of the others? Example, the likes of Koshwami. I'll show you people that story. But this is the reason why entrepreneurs across the entire Africa need to rise up and change the narrative of the perspective that we carry as entrepreneurs, as African, because there is a calling right now across the globe for African entrepreneurs to stand up, to be challenged, to say no, we are open and ready for business because we are hard-working people, very, very hard-working people. I told you half of that. So, having established as an entrepreneur, who builds from nothing to something, I have been fortunate and appreciated to have shared some great stages with some of our African leaders, even the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister of Britain, Theresa May. So, the issue at hand, which us all as Africans needs to champion, is how do we create that thriving environment that fosters public-private partnership, like stated from the entrepreneurial angle. And I'll break this down very quickly in 4 steps. Number 1 is that governance, entrepreneurs, especially in Africa, needs to go back to the drawing board. That is by creating a business that is indeed credible, reputable in Africa. And government needs to support and provide the framework in regulation, compliance. Through those enabling grounds, I believe that Africa can really shine in today's economical environment that is looking for doing business with African entrepreneurs and in Africa. Collaboration is key. Like I said in my earlier stage of this conversation, that collaboration is the way forward. Because personally, as an immigrant in the UK, I stated earlier, no father, no auntie, no brother, no connection, nobody putting words in the room. One of the things that allowed me to grow a business in 8 years in the UK was to collaborate with audiences, was to collaborate with individuals, was to collaborate with people just like you. And the only thing that could foster that collaboration was credibility being the core concept. And part of the reason why every single African entrepreneur needs to center their mindset on credibility. Because that is a topic that we all must use in building our business. And once we're able to do that, it's important for government, policymakers to learn, to start, to profile, celebrate those entrepreneurs. Like I said, entrepreneurs are the people who will create the sort of investments that we're looking for. Is Africa celebrating entrepreneurs enough? Question mark. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, you're part of the policymakers. And I indulge you to find a way to please champion other governance forum for entrepreneurs to be profiled, especially African entrepreneurs. Because if they're rightly profiled, entrepreneurs coming from the shores of Africa can thrive in the Western country, Europe, across Africa, which can actually create so much finances that is indeed needed to grow the Africa we all want to see. We need to create an enabling environment. How can thriving entrepreneurs inspire, educate, and mentor the upcoming ones? In today's entrepreneurial industry, I personally am inspired by the likes of the Aliko Dangotes, who have been able to start, grow, scale, and be recognized globally as one of the African leading entrepreneurs. But it's an environment that requires and needs and is asking for many more entrepreneurs like those of us who are in this room. Secondly, the ability for entrepreneurs and governments to leverage innovation in financing. You know, I mentioned I grew my business from nothing to where it is today. The government needs to find a way to promote how entrepreneurs' networks can focus on enabling private funders to champion private businesses, which then leads to building a sustainable economy through private entrepreneurs. Government should look into how entrepreneurs legally protect and create platforms such as crowdfunding, which allows entrepreneurs to have resources, especially finance, in increasing capacity in their entrepreneurial circles. Number 3 is how can government support entrepreneurs, investors in capacity building to foster knowledge transfer from the entrepreneurial angle. I'm sure every single person in this room will agree with me. Entrepreneurs are people who look at the situation without knowing whether it will be planted or grown or to bear fruit. But however, they go ahead all day long to grow and to bear fruit. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, is entrepreneurs and governments coming together to create more awareness to brand entrepreneurs from the shores of Africa. Dubai does this very well. The UK, they do this very well. How many of you knew Richard Branson before you actually flew Virgin Atlantic? Because the government backed it. Because the government branded it, promoted it, supported it. Upcoming entrepreneurs need to think about sustainability, eliminate microwave mentality across Africa, and these entrepreneurs. A journey of 1,000 miles, it says, begins with one simple step. In this, I want to thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity, your excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, God bless you all.